Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Estate Planning Weekly. I'm your host, Don Rolfe. I'm the owner and founder of Northwest Legal Planning, an estate planning and probate law firm located in the Portland, Oregon area. This show is all about answering the most common questions I receive about estate planning. And this week we're going to be talking about the 4 main different ways that you can leave your assets to your children. And when I say assets, that could be real property, personalty, furniture, cars, those sorts of things, and then also cash. And the 4 main ways can be utilized whether you're doing a trust-based estate plan or you're using a will-based estate plan. Just the mechanism for getting it done once you pass away, the administration, that will be different to get it to the point where you're using one of these methods of distribution, but it can be accomplished in both types of plans. The first is outright distribution. Now, of course, you can't leave money outright to a minor. They can't inherit it right away and take control of it. They will have to have a guardian or a conservator appointed that's going to manage the assets for them, and then once they reach the age of majority, they will just get all of their inheritance, all of those assets, all at once to do with as they please. In a future episode, we're going to be talking about the magical vanishing 18-year-old's inheritance. The second way is to leave it to your children in a trust, and to have distributions made freely. They're open to take as much interest or principal out as they so please, and they can spend it all down, but it has to be done through their trust and through the trustee. The third main way to leave it to them is also in trust, but with you can lock down how much they're going to be getting, so you have, perhaps they're only getting the interest, or there's a distribution trustee that can be appointed that can dole out certain amounts of principal, and perhaps you also set it up so that they're allowed to choose to withdraw a certain amount once they reach ages. Say at 30 they can take out 10%, at 35 they can take out 50%, those sorts of ways. So it's leaving it to them in trust, but it's not free and willy-nilly. It's locked down. And then the fourth way is to leave it to them in trust, and rather than saying that they get a certain the ability to take out, request principal, or get it at stated ages, or they get the income off of the trust every year, you do what's called a unitrust, and generally we set that up so that they can every year withdraw $5,000 or 5% of the corpus of the trust, including the principal and the interest that's accumulated. So really, which way is the right way depends upon who your beneficiaries are, who your children are, how good they are with money, what it is that they've done in the past, what it is that you're wanting them to use this money for in the future, how much protection you want to build in to protect their inheritance from exes, creditors, and predators that may exist in the future. And really, there is a fifth way to leave your assets to your children, and that fifth way is a combination of any of the 4 that we've already discussed. So part of it could be left to them outright, part of it could be they could have the unitrust, 5 and 5 every year, plus they could also get the income that's being made out of the trust. Really, we can blend all of these together to customize and specifically make a distribution scheme that makes sense for you and your desires, and then also your children and how you're planning on having them use their inheritance in the future. If you think this is good information, I'd appreciate if you could like this video, or if you have questions, you could make a comment down below, or if you think there's somebody that might like this information and be useful to them, please do share it. I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions of me that you'd like to talk to me personally about something I've talked about today, one of my other videos, or another estate planning question that you have, please visit my website at nwlplanning.com, and you can click schedule a complimentary strategy session, and I'd be happy to either meet with you in person or talk to you on the phone. Again, I'm Don Rolfe, and until next week, take care. Thanks. Bye.